everybody? Welcome to Couch on Fire podcast. Oh, we've got an audio routing issue. One second, one second. Every fucking time. I mean, seriously. Alright, so mic and desktop needs to change. Boop and boop. Rob, talk for me.
Talk for me.
Nice. Okay, we're good. Let's ride. Working on a camera focus. Fuck it, that'll do. Hey, there it is. So what's up, Rob? How's your week going?
Whoa. Well,
Too much?
You're up here. You're a little happy, and I love
Too much?
it. No, good.
I just came back from a walk. We're trying to exercise more. It's awesome.
Dude, that's kind of funny. You say that. I recently just got an Apple Watch because I'm all Apple now, and
Still rocking that Zen watch.
That's what I'm talking about. But I have one of those apps on there. It's like an activity watch, and every now and then it says get your ass up. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
man. So, no. Today I went to, where did I go? I went to Broadway at the beach here in Myrtle Beach. It is not a boardwalk, but it's kind of like a boardwalk. Since Myrtle Beach really doesn't have a boardwalk like Ocean City, Maryland, like where we grew up at.
Okay.
It has a tourist area called Broadway at the beach, which is it's like a mile, maybe 2 mile long boardwalk, but it's just a big circle with a pond in the middle and whatever. And we were there today taking my daughter to the splash pad, and I took a pre-workout this morning. So lately I've been taking pre-workouts because it has other vitamins in it that I need.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
Testosterone's in it, and I'm trying to, me getting older, I'm trying to boost up that, I don't want that
Keep
to
your
fall
test
away.
high. Keep your test high. Bring that beard in a little bit.
Oh yeah, by the way, see the stash? Yeah, it's
the flavor saver. Yeah, bring the rest of it in.
And so we were there this morning, and I was walking around, and I was pumped. Like, it was hot. It's 101 degrees right now, so I'm hot. I'm sweating, but I was enjoying myself. It was good.
Yeah.
But it was a good exercise. So that's kind of funny that you said that you're walking with the fam. I was doing that too.
Yeah, I was getting Marco going, playing some Pokemon Go, actually. It's an excellent bribe tactic for an 8-year-old. And I like playing the game anyway, and with Pokemon Home coming out, I'm just going to shoot them all over there. So, free mons! So, fuck it,
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. When's school start for him?
After Labor Day. Thanks, Larry Hogan, for those 2 vetoes to ensure that Maryland starts at a different time from the literal rest of the country.
Yeah, my daughter goes back to school in like a week.
Yeah, the rest of the country's doing the same. There's this steady creep towards year-round, and I support that. It's just good practice.
As a parent, I support it. When I was a child, no.
Well, yeah, but here as a parent, we have this extended long-form view, and like we can see what is good and what is bad in a different way than just solely how that impacts us alone.
Yeah. Well,
we've got to look at those long-form things. It's how we get our bills paid.
We kind of talked about this before. I mean, it'd be a good thing for teachers too. Year-round pay.
Yeah.
Not just the lazy months of fall, winter, and spring.
Yeah.
You would get them all. So that'd be a good thing.
It net positive all the way around. I'll continue to fight against the idea of uniforms.
Yes.
Although I see the reasoning. And contend the reasoning is good, but I prefer individuality over that.
Tomato.
Yeah, fuck those Brits. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I think we have some viewers out there, so thank you for listening.
Do you have the Twitch pulled up? Because I didn't get the chance.
No, it's okay. No. I'm just saying, like, we have listeners from we have 1% of listeners over there in the United Kingdom. Thank you.
Oh, you've been looking at our analytics again. Nice.
I'm a stalker to our analytics.
Hey, UK
Um,
guys.
so Alex, I haven't talked to you in a while. I know
Oh,
some things. It's
yeah, we
good.
skipped last week.
You know, I'm glad. I love doing the podcast with you. I miss doing the podcast with you. Honestly, I stepped away. It doesn't seem like it
I've
because
I've been
I
waiting on you.
I know it's
You
me.
gotta tell me your schedule.
Well, so I kind of like I have like little podcasts by myself or with random people, and they're like they're in the chamber. Like these are podcasts in case something goes wrong and we don't put anything out. We at least have
Yeah,
something out.
the
And
backups.
yeah, and this last week I didn't record nothing. I mean, I just kind of sat down. I needed a mental break.
Sure.
I still don't know if I'm ready, but it is what it is.
You want to talk about this offline?
No, I share everything with everyone, and that's just who I am. No,
All right. So what's going on?
I just nothing. I just started a new job, so just learning all their ways and stuff is a little stressful. And then
And
my
this is
daughter's about to
still
go.
retail, right?
Yeah, it's still retail. Yeah, retail is just
But you're up
okay.
around that 50K a year mark.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's real sweet in Myrtle Beach.
Yes, I know. It's definitely like
Sorry, I'm
it's
weird.
very
I talk about pay. I think it's weird to not talk about pay, because that's how the corporations keep you down. Go
well,
labor.
well,
Uh,
it's crazy because like it's
American
funny.
labor.
Um, I like. It's funny because we like I don't care. I can talk about my pay. I can care less. I think it's funny though because I've been told by various people when I first moved here that I would never make X amount of money, and I'm making X amount of money.
And then
So
some, comparatively. Yeah, no, the jobs exist everywhere. It's just a matter of
yes.
what you're willing to do. Uh,
Hmm.
it's like I hear stuff like that. Oh, there's no jobs. Machine shops are in a crisis right now, trying to find any manning at all. The
Yeah.
jobs are there. You got to be able to learn.
One of the things that's
Fuck
really
your
hard.
English degree, bro. Like, just start
Well,
machining.
see, to me, that's just I don't know. That's a whole nother topic. College is a whole nother topic, and all this other stuff, degrees, whatever.
That's a
But no,
broken system.
yes. But no, I'm not really stressed. Just kind of like I don't know, just kind of drained because as soon as I got back, so I visit you in Maryland. As
Yeah,
soon as I came back, I recorded 6 days in a row podcast, like
that's so
non
much.
nonstop. Well, I enjoy this and I had fun, but I think by the last one I did, I was kind of like, oh, I was kind of burnt out. I mean, I didn't even,
I want to
I'm,
die.
I was just like, oh, like you know, I mean, this is not a job. This is a hobby for us. So it's just something I just didn't want to get burnt out from, and so I stepped away for a little bit. But I'm back. That's cool. I feel good. I feel re-energized. I'm doing some cool things. Um, I'm glad to hear your voice. I'm always glad to hear your voice.
Hey, man.
And but no. All right. Back to why we're here today. The lovely
Oh,
topic.
oh.
I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I kind of touched base on it a long time ago with you. Um, but now since I'm settled in Myrtle Beach, I really wanted to talk about tourism.
Ooh, boy. That's
Just
a
kind of like,
spicy one.
well, the only reason why, well, I used to live in Honolulu, Hawaii, and to me, I lived in Waikiki. That is a big tourist area, but it didn't seem as crowded as Myrtle Beach does. And
Huh.
I was like, and to me, it's like, oh, so Hawaii got tourists from Australia because they wanted to come to the United States, and that's the closest state to them. So
Oh, yeah, by a
they
long
wanted,
shot.
yeah. And then you got people from Japan. They want to see Pearl Harbor.
Ooh, that's
They do though. They do. I don't know why. They just want to every
well,
Pearl Harbor.
they want to remember. Japan has a strong like cultural memory,
Yeah.
and they want to remember their good and their bad.
Now, the touch base on that real quick. Not going to get into the whole history of this, but so
It's
I
not
went to
anime.
Pearl Harbor, and it's really nice. I actually there was a guy there signing book. He was actually there, and he was like he's like 100. Well, now he's probably dead, but at the time he was 101 years old, and he was there during the whole thing, and he was there
Hmm.
signing books, and so it's nice seeing him. You walk through this memorial maze and stuff. You pay to go through that, and you can listen to like the history and things. But
Sure.
before you actually get to take a boat out to where the memorial is, you have to watch a video. And
Okay.
as an American, this video will really piss you off. This is not a pleasant video.
Is it
As
a
someone,
video condemning how we just let those attacks happen?
it just
Because we
makes you.
did.
It did. It was our fault, our laziness, our incompetence. It literally basically says all that, but it's just the fact that it just
Wrong.
happened. It
That was a
happened right.
political ploy.
Yes, well, it happened right under our nose, quote unquote.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Um,
didn't have the
yeah.
transcripts of those
Mhm,
radio intercepts at all.
mhm. But
No,
see,
we totally weren't begging to get into that war and looking for an excuse.
yeah. Well, regardless, it just made you mad. But you get to go out there, and it's very nice. But that wasn't even that like touristy. But here in Myrtle Beach, it's
Clearly.
something different. Something's different at Myrtle Beach, and I think I figured it out. Not
Oh.
everyone can afford to go Hawaii, but everyone
Yeah.
can drive to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. So you're gonna get
So
it's a different kind of tourist.
now, so not to segregate like different
Where are you
types
going with
of
that
like,
word?
well, not to like, not to say like, okay, well, poor people are going to go to Myrtle Beach, Ocean City, Wildwood, New Jersey, all these places, and richer or middle class people are going to go to Hawaii, things like that. Because I don't want to say that, but it does seem that way that a lot of folks. Well, it's more easier to travel 4, 5, 6 hours to a beach than it is 12, 13 hours on an airplane.
And it's not just that, like the cost of that flight is prohibitive, the cost of the
Yeah.
stay is prohibitive. It's a lot easier to go to Myrtle Beach. So if you're trying to ball on a budget, you're going to pick Myrtle Beach before you pick Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. So growing up in Maryland, you got
Yeah.
Ocean City. Same thing. Ocean City's overpopulated too during the tourist season. But there's something going on here at Myrtle Beach. It's weird. I don't know. I've never experienced this. The traffic is outrageous. The
All the
the
time.
all the time. Well,
Huh.
from February, because in February, you know who comes down here? The Canadians.
What?
It is huge down here. Everywhere you go, you see Ottawa or Quebec license plates everywhere. And then working in retail, you see them all the time. They're like, oh, like I'm pretty sure 40% of the condos that are owned down here are from people from Canada,
Oh, they're
and they come.
migratory. The
They are
migratory Canadians.
they
They
are
come down for the warm
snowbirds.
weather. Yeah.
Yes, and even though it still gets cold, but it's not Canada
No.
cold.
No.
So,
And I bet they're
uh,
walking around in shorts and t-shirts.
oh man, Yeah. And I hate to say it. I know it's kind of a stereotype, but they are the nicest damn people. You know,
That's a
they
good
someone can.
stereotype to have. I'm sorry.
It is. Well, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, you cut me off. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, just
I'm sorry.
accepting and
Like
nice.
like they apologize for cutting us off. I mean, for us cutting them off. So it's just kind of like, oh man,
Sorry I was in your way.
yeah,
Uh there's a corollary to that, however,
yeah,
and it's so they're nice all the time and they spike really bad when you actually get them angry.
yeah.
And don't ever catch them out on the ice. Most goons are Canadian. I'm sorry.
Well, that's good.
Hockey,
Yeah,
they're either Czech or they're Canadian. Those are your
yep.
goons. That's it. American hockey players are like, I don't want to fuck with any part of that.
Well, I don't know. Russians are
They,
pretty
they,
tough nowadays.
they
I
have a
guess that
higher
falls.
baseline than everybody else of
Yeah,
just like
mm,
seething anger.
yeah. But so that's when it happened. So I moved here in September. Obviously, there was a hurricane and stuff like that. So wintertime, not so much. It just seems like a regular, typical, like typical town.
Like a
It's
normal down season.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But as soon as February hits, though, it starts getting picking up. It starts getting busy, and then all of a sudden, it just starts. There's just so many damn people, and it's the traffic. It just gets on my nerves. So me going to this tourist spot today to go walking around, it just there's so many people. Like it's just I
They're
don't know.
everywhere.
So, but here's the issue. So, as a local, we get newsletters and things in the mail, and I watch local news, and it's like our economy, our Myrtle Beach economy, like the town of Myrtle Beach, North
Yeah.
Myrtle, Little River, all these things are not doing well.
Oh.
And they're just like, well, the tourism is like they were saying like almost 50% of our money. Like that's where most of it come from.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem is just that I think there's a lot of tourists coming down here, but according to the news, tourism is down. And I'm like, man, if it was higher than this, I don't know. But
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, you've got a very stunning perspective. The data can indicate something wildly different.
yeah,
Uh, I do that kind of shit every day. Uh, I fucking love data so much. It's so weird, but I do. I'm a nerd like that, and I'm gonna side with the data. The tourism's down. Like, that does not spell a good thing for a tourism-based economy at
oh
all.
yeah.
That's a bad day.
Well, it's just I don't know. I think the biggest thing is so in the state of South Carolina, if you're a police officer, a retired veteran from any military branch, or a firefighter retired, if you're retired from any of those things, they don't tax your pension at all. So many
They don't
retired
include
folks are moving.
EMT in that.
They might. That I don't know. These are
Okay,
the
and
only three that they might do that because they kind of fall. EMT kind of falls on their fire, because they're a
they
lot of them
can
are based out of
it's hit or miss.
yeah
I'd expect them to include EMTs in that though. It's that first responder
yeah
category. Your military, your
yeah.
cops, firefighters,
hmm
EMTs.
So a lot of folks are moving to Myrtle Beach, and a lot of them are just retired, so they drive really slow. So and then you got so you have that. You have the people that are on beach time that are just like I'm retired. I have nowhere else to go. I don't need the rush to get places.
I'm going
But when
10
you
under the speed limit. You're driving like a bat out of Haiti, Ethel. Ah!
well, when you work in a area that is filled with people that are retired, that are on beach time, that are filled with tourism, the people are just here because they're on beach time because they're
Oh
just
yeah,
on vacation.
because
It
it's
is it
tasty
is
and delicious to be on beach time.
yeah. It's just hard. It's hard to get to point A to point B. It's good for me because I'm with a company that pays me very well, and it's because our store does so well. That's why they pay me very well. So if we didn't have those items, because if we didn't have the old folks coming to buy stuff from us, the loyal customers that don't all those taxes that they save, they spend it at my store. But
That's why I
it's
hear
a hit or
universal basic income arguments and I say, you're just asking for us to repeal income tax, and we would like that very much.
yeah. I
Because
think
the
it's
net
just
result's the same. That
yeah.
money gets spent.
So I haven't been. Well, I wanted to ask you because you recently just went to Ocean City, but I haven't been there in years. So how was that compared to
Delightful.
compared to, compared to when we went as kids? Is it still like extremely populated or?
Yeah, but they got the tram thing going on a
Oh,
separate space now. They built out a paved sidewalk area next to the boardwalk that the tram goes down, so it's not going down the center of
what?
the damn boardwalk anymore.
What?
So
When
there's
did
a
they do that?
lot. 5 years ago
Oh my
is
god,
about when
dude!
they wrapped up.
I haven't been there in 9 years. 9 years.
Yeah, they wrapped up about 5 years ago. As I was coming home, they were wrapping up, uh, and that just there's so much more space to exist on the boardwalk. Uh, and I'm a little touchier about crowds uh, now that I'm out of the military than I was before I went in. Uh,
hmm
so that space really helps. It's workable.
Well, I mean, all right. For those who don't know, Ocean City, Maryland. That's what we're talking about. It's a giant boardwalk, and it's about a mile long, and it has shops going up and down, food places
I
going
don't
up and
have
down.
two
A little,
miles, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, and there's like a little inlet where there's a whole bunch of arcade games and restaurants and things like that. Um, and that's what I'm used to. I mean, I also used to go to Wildwood, New Jersey, and Wildwood has kind of the same deal, same thing as Ocean City, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
yeah. There's just a few more heroin needles there.
Meh, see, it's one of those things where we make fun of that, but then people make fun of Ocean City, Maryland. It's kind of
Yeah,
like I don't make fun of Myrtle Beach because I'm just like, oh, okay, I've been to the beach a couple times. Actually, I like going to the beach in the fall and winter because it's actually my
quiet.
temperature time,
Yeah,
and it's quiet. Yes, and you can have dogs on the beach at that time because there's no tourism. So I can just let my dog free and just run shit anywhere you want. I don't give a shit. Seagulls will eat it. Um,
honestly, they will. They're
I mean,
stupid.
yeah. Well, to them, it could be nutrition. Who knows? Oh, Snickers. Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, those places they just have like a I don't know, they have this long boardwalk and you can walk it and things like that, but it's always crowded and then there's this train that goes through it and it just honks his horn. It's like so annoying.
Beep
So the
beep.
fact that they made that, that's pretty cool.
It
That's
was a
pretty
really good idea. I'm really glad they did it. And
God, I want
it's on beachside, so if like you need to jump off, you can just jump into the sand.
to.
So like a cool unintended safety feature.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah,
that's
like
pretty cool.
it's wide open. Uh, it- were you did you experience any of the Russian immigration action
No.
and the work visa
Yeah.
thing? Okay, so Ocean City has experienced this major work visa push from attempted Russian immigrants or college students
Hmm.
from Russia. Um,
Well,
also,
that's been going on for a while because I'm pretty sure when I was like 18, 19, there was at every candy shop there was a Russian. Or maybe Swedish. Maybe Swedish. I don't know.
I bet there was a lot of
Somebody.
Polish.
Maybe Polish. That
I'll
might
put
be it.
money on some Polish. Um,
Okay.
and the Poles have been there for fucking years. I mean, Polak
Yeah.
Johnny's is a thing that
Yeah.
it's a delightful little sausage stand that they named themselves. Don't at me. Um, it's delicious. Like it's Polish sausage. Um, you can get it Italian style, all kinds of different ways. It's like Ocean City's cheesesteak, effectively,
Yeah.
and it's the best.
Yeah.
They had to close down their Baltimore location. It wasn't doing business down there at all. So they closed that down, and so all they've got is the Ocean City location, and they finally got back onto the boardwalk. Um, they're at a different spot now. They're further down from
Yeah.
the inlet, and Kite Loft is still doing its thing, but now like it's not just Russian work visas. We're starting to see this push from like Middle Asia come out,
Oh,
like
okay.
Thai, Myanmar. There was a couple Pinoy Filipino folks running around that area. Was like, you're speaking Tagalog. I see you. I see you. Uh, so I don't know. It's frankly I like it. I think international work visa and immigration stuff is a net positive,
Hmm.
and is definitely uh, a finger in the water to check the temperature, as it were. Like we're still doing good things. We're still net positive, and people are still trying to come here.
Yeah.
Uh, but uh, boy, oh boy, do I see some weird shit happen.
Well,
A lot of angry white people for some reason about this shit.
well, what okay. America, what we've learned over the last 4 years, racism. Well, actually, we'll say, well, how long?
That's
Okay, ever
12.
since.
Let's call it
Yeah,
12.
I was gonna say 12. One of the things that we learned after the last 12 years of our, of our being here in the United States of America is that racism is still a big part of everything. Like everyone, it
It's
just
so
feels like it's more
stupid.
prominent. It just seems so prominent. So here in Myrtle Beach, I haven't noticed that stuff. Um, it's probably there. Well, I know of racism is here, but I'm talking about it's probably the immigrants and things like that. I'm sure there's probably a lot of folks that work here that are from, or foreign exchange students more or less, or people from other
Or a
countries
work
and things like
visa program or
work visa.
something like
Yeah,
that.
and I have no problem with it. I mean, if you want to come and enjoy yourself in the United States, and I
The more
mean,
the merrier, man.
I look at it as if I was a business owner, and if I, it just sucks because someone that grew up here is going to expect to get paid a lot of money to do a pointless, easy job. No offense. Or I can pay someone that just is glad to be in the United States and just give them room and board and pay them shit. Um,
Because the cost is covered by the room and board.
yeah. So So it's
Um,
very that's
that's kind
enjoyable.
of exploitative. I like that angle because it gives opportunity. It does.
Yeah.
See also that sweatshop talk we just fucking had. Uh,
Oh jeez. Yeah.
yeah. um, but simultaneously, like it's exploitative. Should we not be paying those work visa folks, wages comparable to what we'd pay
Mm-hmm.
one of our own? Uh,
Yeah.
and I'd argue that there's a much stronger sense of work ethic from non-Americans. So that
Oh,
alone for me would be like,
we're
I'll pay you whatever you want, dog.
we're lazy
Just to keep.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, we are. Like we've been literally handed black mirrors to handle our every whim. Uh, I shall summon a pizza.
Yep.
I want booze, and it's delivered. Everything. We don't even have to rely on taxis anymore. We don't gotta call a taxi. We hit Uber. Press a button.
Yep.
Boom. There's an Uber. That's magic. That's gonna breed in some laziness.
Yes, exactly. You know, one of the things, this is a good segue into the next thing I wanted you to talk about. One of the
Uh-oh.
things down here in Myrtle Beach that really drives tourism is, all right, so here in South Carolina, well, predominantly Myrtle Beach, I have never seen so many CBD dispensaries down here.
Ooh,
I have not
yeah.
seen, there's so many down here. And the reason why I said this is a good segue is because we have a friend um, that you promised you would do a shout out for. So I'm going to let you do that one. Hopefully you remember
Oh yeah.
Vanessa.
Thank
Vanessa.
you.
But
Hold on.
before we do
Hold
the
on. I got the plug.
before
I
we
gotta
do the
pull it up.
hold on.
You go ahead.
Oh, before we do the shout out, um, it is a big thing down here. It does drive a lot of tourism. A lot of people come here. A lot of folks are going to dispensaries and stuff like that. But the biggest problem is one of the things that I've noticed with these dispensaries down here, these CBD dispensaries, it's a lot of them are vape shops or tobacco shops. Which, by the way, I think in Maryland you got to be 21 to start getting tobacco products soon. So watch out. Um, so eventually that's going to be all across the United States. But yeah, it's a big business down here. They talk about it on the news. Like it drives like, oh man, there's so much money in the CBD. So there's so many new dispensaries popping up left and right, and a lot of them are legit. A lot of them are just they say they're legit, but they're not. They just throw a name up there. I go to one that's legit, but we've already talked about that one. But
What
we
do you
do
mean?
have a friend.
Like a legit dispensary?
Well, yeah.
How do
Well,
you mean
so
that?
they are. Well, they're licensed for CBD, but when the time comes and South Carolina does make the switch over to medical marijuana, they will be already prepared, business wise, like building wise, and all the
They're already up to
documents.
what the code is
Yes,
proposed to be.
correct. And they follow the right procedures because the one that I go to carries more things than any other vape shop. Like I can actually get from creams to coffee. I mean, you've had the coffee from everything
That was
from
so good.
from
It was
actual like
delicious.
from actual bud, from actual leaf. And you can get so much there. And a lot of dispensaries down here don't have it. They'll have the food, the gummies, but this one
Yeah.
has like almonds. This one has medicine for kids. Like this is something. It's something great. But since medical marijuana is not prominent here in South Carolina, the CBD is really
Yet.
huge for tourism. But now I'll let you do your segue.
Okay. Okay. We do have an actual sponsor. Uh, and
Yes.
she's a cannabis consultant, uh, d- specializing in Maryland. Vanessa Natchski.wixsite.com. Know your cannabis. Let's
We'll
see
have the
here.
we'll have the link below in all of
Yeah,
our social
that's the
stuff.
easiest way. I'm not gonna spell that out. Uh, but yeah, she's a friend of ours, personally, and a friend of the show.
Yeah.
She's gone out of her way to sponsor a show. I did forget to mention last time, but
Okay.
she's
It's okay.
sponsored a
She know
couple.
Yes, she knows that we love her and we care about her. I mean, she recently just donated some money to my daughter. Well, not really to my daughter, but since it was my birthday recently, I did a fundraiser on Facebook and it was to Autism Speaks, and she donated some money there. And that says a lot. That means a lot to me for autism and stuff. So I mean, she's a huge fan of the show, and we love her so much, and she's doing great things. And I
And
wish I wish I was in Maryland because I would.
She knows how to manage all the regulatory hurdles for
Mhm.
medical. Um, she knows all of your rights in terms of the non-criminal action in Maryland. Possession up to 10 grams is
Mhm.
non-criminal. It's a civil offense, and you pay like $50. Um, but she's a licensed, legitimate consultant. She can help you get what you need. Check out our website. Link in the doobly doo.
Yes, and if you
Uh
need to
huh.
get your license, also contact her too. She would teach you. She would help you find get your license. If you live
Mm-hmm.
in Maryland, this is Maryland based right now. If you live in Maryland, definitely contact her. She would help you get all that as well.
Get you squared away.
Now, Vanessa, when South Carolina opens something up, and if I want to open a dispensary, I'm going to hire you to come run this thing, and you're going to come live at the beach with Ryan. Hope he's ready.
Uh, they've done the
I
beach
want.
thing in Salisbury. I think they're a
I
little
know they did.
ready.
I know they are. They were there for a while too. So,
Yeah, that was a few years. Good for
mhm.
them.
Well,
Good for them.
yes.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Uh,
But thank you again
yeah,
for
yeah.
sponsoring. Appreciate that. But I did say something that kind of segues into the next thing, which is my birthday was recently, and you had
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. So I was in Maryland for your, um, and my birthday is right around the corner, and it just recently happened,
Yep.
and it got me thinking. And I wanted to ask you this kind of stuff, but this is some stuff I feel like everyone our age thinks this kind of stuff, but like when you're younger and your birthday's coming, it's like, oh, this is my birthday month. This is the month of my birthday. Like you feel like nothing else matters but you because this is your month. And then you get a little bit older and it's like, okay, this is my 2 weeks. These 2 weeks, this is my birthday window. This is it. Oh, these 2 weeks are nothing about me. I mean, everything about me. And then you get a little bit older. Then it's like, okay, well, my birthday's tomorrow. So it's like, oh man, these 2 days spoil me. It's my birthday week. Everything I can do, it's this week. You see what I'm saying? Like as you get older, it's like it used to be a month, then it was a week. I mean, then it was 2 weeks, then it was a week, and now you celebrate your one day, and it's like you feel like you're the king of that day. Like what gives you the right? Just because you were born on that day, what gives you the right to feel like that is your day? I say
It's your
that because
party.
yeah, I say that because I worked on my birthday. This is the first time I've ever worked on
And
my birthday.
for the record, that's ridiculous. I'm still upset with you about that. You took off
um,
today and tomorrow in
yeah.
recompense, and I'm okay with that. But I am
Well,
upset with you that you didn't tack one more day on there.
well, and it's funny when I was there, my district manager was, "Why didn't you take off for today?"
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, well,
No,
the
it's
problem is,
baseline stuff like your birthday, your anniversary. Take off those days. It's self care, man. You
I
gotta.
I
I've got
honestly,
a story.
okay. Tell me the story. Go.
Okay. So I was told this. It's one of those like anecdote things that yeah, leadership and kind of bullshit, but it stuck with me. And I was told this when I was like 10. Uh, fucking uh, dude, renowned throughout the land for his skills as a lumberjack, gets old and he's still kicking ass as a lumberjack. He's still the lumberjack. If you need a big ass tree cut, you go to this guy. Uh, and a bunch of people have challenged him over the years in lumber offs, basically.
Mhm.
And finally, one day, this up and comer, everybody's been making the comparison already. Like, oh yeah, now he's gonna topple him. He's the next one. Uh, and the challenge finally gets issued. So the young buck versus the old the old head. Uh,
Yeah.
and the time and the data set from sunrise to sunset. Chop as many trees as you can. Winner is the best lumberjack. Period. Uh, so sun rises on the day. They get to cutting, and 45 minutes goes by, and the old guy disappears. Just disappears for 15 minutes. Comes back and keeps chopping. And this happens every hour on at that 45-minute mark. Takes 15 minutes and disappears, and then comes back and keeps chopping. And this happens all day until sunset. The final tally is made, and the old man won by one tree, and one tree alone. And he looks at the kid and he's like, "Ah, ah, okay, okay, you got it. And you know what? Out of respect, I'm going to tell you what happened. Because the kid's like, what were you doing those 15 minutes? Like, I've got to know. What were you doing those fucking 15-minute breaks? And the old man goes, I'm going to tell you, I was sharpening my axe. You brute forced your way up here. I didn't have to work nearly as hard. Enjoy that. The title is yours. And he walks away. So that sharpening of the axe metaphor has stuck with me my entire life. I'd make that joke when I was still a smoker. Go out and take a 15-minute smoke break. I'm sharpening my axe. Light another one. I'm sure you heard me say that at Pizza Hut.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure you did. You probably don't remember it, but I'm 100% positive I've said that. Mm-hmm. And like, you got to do the self-care, the little maintenance things. I'll get around to me later. I got this other thing that I got to prioritize. No. When you're knocking on death's door, you're the one that crosses, and that's it. Other people will be around you, but you're the only one going through the door. You have to be happy with what you're leaving behind. It is entirely personal, and you have to prioritize yourself to be content with what you're leaving behind. I'm not saying be selfish, not or self-absorbed or any of that shit, but you have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others, so that you can be satisfied with what else is happening.
Well, you just went really deep there, and
yeah,
it means. That was a good analogy.
So important.
I mean, that's good.
That's why that's so important to me. Self-care is critical.
I think I realized it too because I did work yesterday on my birthday, and then when I got home, I enjoyed some time with my family and stuff, but I really wish I would have spent all day with them.
Yeah.
And I just mentally, I was kind of beat up, and it doesn't help that. Excuse me. It doesn't really help that the whole I talked about it earlier this podcast. I was just kind of burnt out from doing podcasts and stuff like that. So it just putting too much on my plate. So that's why I did take off today, and I do have tomorrow off. I mean, what the one thing I noticed though when I worked on my birthday yesterday for the first time ever, because I've always taken off, it just didn't feel like my birthday. It felt like I was just a mindless machine doing my mindless job, and
that's not a good feeling to have, right? That sucks.
And I feel
so self-care.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about it was definitely like, I don't know, it felt different. It felt like it didn't feel like it was. It didn't feel like it was about me. I say what gives people the right to think that it's because it's your birthday, it's your day. But you kind of put it in perspective right now that it is kind of your day.
Yeah,
it
so
you need to. You need to make it your day. I didn't think about it like that.
You have to champion yourself in order to achieve that. Like,
Damn,
and it's a small little network of people that are all going to agree that that's your time, but that's all you need. You don't need hundreds of millions of people all going, praise Rob on this one day. It just 20-some odd people.
It's just funny because like I had this huge speech that I was going to do, and then you just put things in perspective, and now I'm speechless.
I'm sorry.
And if you know anything no, it's good. I mean, I'm never speechless. So the fact that I'm just kind of like, wow, damn, philosopher over here, Alex, just standing at the top of his.
I have mapped out, and I think I'm right on.
He's standing at the top of his rock, just saying, "Hey, people,
take care of your fucking self. You can't take care of other people if you don't have the ability to take care of yourself. In order to leave the world a better place, you have to be able to, eat. Like, if you're not eating, you'll die. You can't make the world a better place then. If you give the shirt off of your back to a homeless man, then you freeze to death.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to take care of yourself to continue helping others.
Well, it's kind of like what they. All right. So, have you ever been on a plane? And literally the plane says, you need to put your mask on first before you put the person that 100%.
Do you know why?
Yeah, because if you're too busy doing putting their mask on, you could die. And
And
I don't
suddenly
know if
they've
that.
got two casualties on their hands rather
Yeah.
than
So yeah.
someone addressing a second or a
Yeah.
first rather. They actually have two casualties.
Well,
Like,
geez, Alex, you just went super deep over on me here. I didn't expect it. I always think I know Alex, and then he just drops mics on me like that.
oh,
Damn.
dude,
I love
like,
it. It's good. It's good. I mean,
another
this is
shout
some
out
real.
by the way. Today's actually
Do
my
it.
dad's birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, he
yes.
turned
Happy birthday,
60
Dad.
today.
The big 6-0.
Yeah,
Man.
we're doing Fogo
It's
de
even.
Chao this weekend downtown.
Oh, Photo de Chao. I've always wanted to go there. I've heard so much about this place. Oh, there's one here in
Me and
Myrtle
Ari,
Beach. Well, it's called something different, but it's same
yeah,
concept. They come to your table with different meats and they just slice that
Brazilian
shit.
steakhouse, yeah.
Oh God,
Uh,
that's what I'm
Ari
talking
and I
about.
did
I
it
love
last year for restaurant week, and I actually cried at the table because the meat was so fucking good.
I've been I have been to a I understand completely.
Yeah,
There was one situation in my life that I've ate something so good that I almost orgasmed at the table. So I understand completely.
that you're moved,
Yeah.
like
Like it's just your whole body just goes numb. So that's kind of crazy, man.
yeah, yeah.
Think about that.
Fogo is the one, so we're doing that
Now
Saturday.
I will say I did have some steak and potatoes for and I know potatoes are have a lot of carbs and starch, but I wanted some mashed potatoes, and I had two nice juicy steaks that my wife made, and it was pretty good for dinner.
Awesome,
Today though, I had some sushi, and
nice.
this really cool sushi place down here. It's been voted number one sushi in all of Myrtle Beach for the last 5 years. So we're like, we got to try
Hmm,
this place. So I went there, and they even have like keto friendly sushi, which is basically no rice.
cool.
It's just the sushi itself wrapped in cucumber. Like it's just like they slice cucumber and they just wrap it in a wheel and they put like the crab meat and everything.
Huh?
So that's pretty freaking awesome. But
Way to push it forward, guys.
yeah, yeah. But that's crazy. Thank you for telling me that story because I actually kind of I'm a sucker for stories like that because I
Yeah,
try to give people advice because I feel like I've been through a lot of dumb stuff in my days and I feel like I can give people advice. I finally hit that point in my life that I can
yeah.
give people advice because of my experiences. Because if you experience things, it's better to give people advice from what you
To
actually
keep
know.
them from having to go through it
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the end, though, I have realized that no matter what, people do what they want to do. But you can, as long as you give them the tools or give them the paper, let them, they can
give them
pick
the
the path,
opportunity. Yeah,
the red pill or the green pill, whatever. But I'll give you the options. But you can do whatever you want. So I
yeah.
don't know.
Uh,
What?
that self care is it's so important. Like nobody worries about that these days. We're starting to like your yoga, hot
Yeah.
yoga, and all this shit, and like it's starting to become a thing where it's already cliche to talk about self care and shit. Like
Yeah.
one of you,
No. What?
fucking, I want to be happy. Like why are you dismissing that?
What you
Like
need?
let me
Honestly,
just like a thing.
the best thing for self care, it's not okay. Dieting, all that great stuff, that's wonderful. Honestly, you need to really worry about this, your
The
brain,
mental health.
because that is the biggest thing. And I've struggled for years. I have demons that I bury inside because that's what we do. We try to
Shouldn't.
bury it. We push it down and hopefully it drowns and just goes away. But it's not going to go away. That shit floats back up and it's still going to be there. So you need to face them. You need to fix the problem or move on from them. And and I have things that I'm trying my best to get rid of, and I'm sure Alex has things that he's trying his best to get rid of. I mean, these are just things that happen. So, man, this became a motivation podcast.
Yeah, very strangely
Um,
motivational.
well, see, that's
I
why I love
don't
doing
feel bad.
That's see exactly. That's why I love doing these podcasts because these are kind of like a live journal thing. These are things that we go on journeys every time we do one with each other, do one with someone else, or do one by ourselves. It's a journey, and we just follow the journey, and this is where it goes. Um,
Yeah.
I also wanted to talk about real quick, you know, guests on the show because there's some
Ooh.
things lined up that I haven't even told you.
Uh-oh.
So there's some things. Well, I don't want to say too much. So long time ago, I said there was a person that that I asked to be on the show, and they were a murderer, but they've changed their lives and things like that. I've reached out to him. Well, his person reached out to me, and then we finally decide he's gonna definitely do this, but we haven't picked a date yet. Still don't have a date, so that there's no update on that one.
Okay.
But I'm doing one. I'm gonna go to this guy's house weekend. He was recently just did a show with him. His name was Kelsey. He's a musician, but an actual studio, so it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna see some of his audio equipment and things like that. Um, but I'm gonna
Get
tell you
tips
this,
and
Alex.
tricks.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been reaching out to people.
Yeah.
I've been going ham.
I've seen the
And
Twitter DMs.
well, I've been doing some personal ones too.
Hmm.
Because yes, so I've been reaching out to Nicolas Cage every single day.
What?
Yeah, the actor Nicolas Cage. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, no, I have. That's why I was confused.
What?
What?
No, I mean, I've been reaching out to so many actresses and actors and stuff. I've reached out to OJ Simpson. I thought it'd be funny. So I've been reaching out to a couple other people, and I was gonna reach out to some politicians, but that just brings to the point though. Who like I know we're a small podcast, but why not think big? We've had
Sure.
other podcasts on this show, and we've been on their show, and we've had people on. We've had other semi-famous people that were in bands and things like
On
that.
on a
And
related
and
note,
see, yeah.
actually, I am going to be on Voices of Misery on September 11th, and they've even cleared me on some Jenga jokes.
Oh
I
my
am so
gosh.
happy.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, we need to branch out more and do things. So, I've been trying to I've been trying to find more. For the longest time, I've been doing a lot of local people, a lot of our friends that we know that did things and a lot of different
Yeah.
things like that. But now I'm trying to reach out to people I don't know and big things like.
Hmm.
And
Start aiming at.
when so Nicolas Cage, if you're listening, we're ready. I know you haven't did anything in a while.
I don't think no. He just did Spider Verse.
Well, yeah,
What?
that's true. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Forgot
voice
about.
acting counts.
It does. It does.
I mean, half of our viewership is audio only. Like voice acting counts. You
That is
can't
true.
discount voice only. Like,
But no, so Alex, I just wanted to let you know, be prepared because I'm reaching out to people, and I have been getting stuff back, but they're usually just no, no, thank you, or yeah. I've had a couple people ask us, like, well, show me your downloads and things like that. So I've shown them some of our downloads, and
clear
I'm
the
still waiting for them.
hurdles.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to, get back from them and things like that. But
Is this
I
worth
don't
my
know.
time? Are they
You
trying to
know,
coattail on me? Blah blah blah.
yes.
Yeah,
Well,
the
it's too.
huge.
Well, it's hard. So when you're a fan of other podcasts, you see the way they do things, and it's like, man, I kind of wish I was
Oh,
like that. And pretty cool. Like I'm a fan of this one podcast called The Last Podcast, and one of the things they do is called side stories. And you've probably noticed that I've been doing little horror things with somebody else named Griffin. And I've been doing the Summer of Horror series, and I did the
uh
whole
huh.
things like that. And that's basically what it is. It's kind of like a side story thing where we have our main podcast, but then I have a little thing on the side, and then just to involve him. But then I've also did things with other people, and I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to find out. Um, I don't know
Why
if you
emulate though? Why not
what.
pioneer? Why not
Yeah.
pioneer? Let's do something different.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I guess now I'm a co-host on another podcast show.
What?
Yep, I'm cheating on you.
Oh, is that Devon's?
So our friend, we have a mutual friend named. He wanted this. He wants to start. He wanted to start a podcast. It was just Disney though, nothing but Disney. And I told him I would do a couple episodes with him, but we've been getting good feedback. And I said that's fine. We barely ever talk about Disney, so I said it doesn't really conflict with what we do as
Even if it
podcasters.
did, what does it matter?
Exactly. So
Like,
I just
go nuts.
yeah, yeah. I think it's fun. I mean, it's just throwing contact out there, and it's pretty cool. It's a cool show, and I would never stop Alex if he was just like, I'm gonna go on this political run. I'm like, we're gonna support you 100%, bud.
The Voices of Misery podcast is going to be a fun one. We're going to talk about that little brigade he experienced.
Yes.
Uh,
Did he?
Ari heard that and she was like, whoa, 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 you be careful right now. I know some of your fucking opinions. You need to be careful, bud.
Dude,
I was like,
go
I'll
for
be
it.
fine.
Go for it. That's he admires you. I'll tell you that. He talks to me.
I'm all right. I'm all right. I've got a weird perspective on shit.
Well, I think that's what makes it good. The fact that everyone has their own perspective of things, and sometimes some people's perspectives are they just go together. And I think you being a guest on that show, it's going to be great. It's going to be fun, and I think
it'll be interesting,
yeah.
to say the least.
We
should get Devin on here.
We could.
Coming back to that.
We could.
Sorry, ADHD.
Well, I literally, I haven't gone one podcast saying, "Damn ADHD."
Yeah.
ADHD, you need to sponsor me. Oh, wait a minute, you already do. Anyway,
uppers are fun.
All right, well, that's all I have. I don't know. You have?
No. Close the concentration camps down on the border.
Yeah, and Donald Trump doesn't like Baltimore. We know that. So.
Oh yeah, holy shit! Don't get me wrong. I don't like Elijah Cummings, but what Trump is doing is wrong. You don't do that. Let's not disparage your own citizens.
I know.
Makes you look like an asshole.
It's still. I will say this from someone that doesn't follow politics. I really do believe that next year's election is going to have a huge turnout. But I still don't know if Trump's going to win or lose. He could win still. There's so many people that love this motherfucker. So it's.
I think we're going to see a flip. I think we're going to see a flip.
You think so?
Yeah. If the DNC does this stupid and keeps astroturfing Biden and Kamala Harris, one of whom is a kitty diddler, and the other one who is a total hypocrite on pot and criminal justice reform, which are her two only platforms worth talking about. We're gonna see Trump take it again, despite the DNC. But if we get the organic players like Tulsi, Beto, Beto's not polling that well. That's a long shot. Buttigieg and Bernie. Yeah, probably. Warren's half in, half out with her AstroTurf organic.
Yeah.
I have a couple friends who are diehard Warren heads right now. I don't like her personally, but anything's better than Trump.
Well, we will. We're gonna have to open this up. We're gonna have to get someone on here that can do a debate with you, and I can just sit here and watch and eat popcorn. But
fuck that. Let me give you a primer. Next time we'll do the politics primer.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And I just, man, I know you don't want. I know you're gonna hate me for this. Right before we leave. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Thank you guys.
No. You can't do that. You can't do that. What do you got?
Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z. I mean,
that's unfair. That's cheating.
No, we gotta keep them waiting. So find out next week. Alex and I will be back next Thursday. I hope so. At least on my part, I'm ready to go down. All right. I'm out.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.